Rallymax TV this week in association with the Quality Hotel and Leisure Centre, Clonikilty. Your home from home. This week on Rallymax TV, we're back on tarmac for the opening round of the 023 Tile Southern 4 Rally Championship, the 2005 Quality Hotels West Cork Rally. Lying on the southwest coast, this scenic region of Clonikilty plays host to the 16-stage event. The stages comprise of a mix between high-speed flowing sections and technical corner combinations, sure to test suspension and tyre choice to the limit. Large crowds are a certainty in this event, and with the top two seeds absent, Liam McCarthy runs first in the road and will be closely followed by Dennis Cronin, and a top-quality entry of World Rally Car and Group A machinery. Located in the south of County Cork, Clonikilty is on the very southernmost coastline of Ireland, with high scenic value and stage quality to match. It's bright and dry for the opening stages, and hoping that the sun will shine in their event, Liam McCarthy and Kieran Murphy lead off the 140-car entry into day one. This opening ring test is very fast, and the dry weather is sure to suit the McKinstry S9.
Into very slight right, continues, keep it going. Into very fast, two left, stay in, keep it going, and slight right, over the jump, into long open, two left, in, continues and opens, into very fast, open, three left, stay in, goes back, into slight right.
It does indeed. Liam fastest by 10 seconds over ring, taking the rally lead. The Subaru begins to overheat in the second test, and an overshoot will see the lead change hands to Dennis Cronin. Second to Liam in the opening test, he and Helen O'Sullivan are 15 seconds clear of anyone else in stage 2 to open a 5-second lead. We synchronise the sequence with the two cars starting the stage at the same time, and halfway into the stage we see Liam is ahead of Dennis before his stage 2 dramas. 7.7 seconds the difference at this point in the stage. Donal O'Donovan returns in the Celica. The Toyota suffers from a spongy brake pedal, but it won't stop them taking third place. JJ Fleming is fourth fastest, but in stage 2 a misheard pace note leads to a hairy moment on a square right as they go left, suffering only minor body damage. Bob Fowden catches and passes JJ on the stage. The Subaru is 7th in stage 1 with suspension troubles in these opening tests. And shortly after passing the Ford, they have their own indiscretion, allowing the Focus back in front, the Subaru slipping back to 8th.
70, all right.
Steve Fleck and Mark Aspinwall go straight into the top 5. A spin and stall in stage 2 cost them 8 seconds, but they still move up into 4th place. A wrong tyre choice cost Nigel Hicklin a top 5 position, and hitting a bird, narrowly missing a dog. It's certainly not a dull start for the Octavia in 6th place. The Mark II of Phil Collins is the top-seeded two-wheel drive car, but fighting for grip, a soft tyre choice may be the culprit, now lying 9th. Taking on the Mark II, John Dalton and Gwynfor Jones are behind him in stage 1. They attack the second stage 4 seconds quicker to edge into 7th. Tony Davies has wets on for stage 1, and compared with intercom failure, Jakes Kelly's hand signals guide them to 11th, just shy of the top 10. Ashley Field and Janice Hooley move from 6th to 5th in the opening test, despite stalling the car, which sees them take the two-wheel drive lead at service. Mark Morgan and Tony Fisher set the pace in Group N, but having a few hairy moments in the second stage, they slip back to 2nd place. Trailing Mark in the ring test, James O'Sullivan and Kieran O'Callaghan take advantage of the Evo 6's trouble to inherit the Group N lead. And also making up time on Mark through stage 2, PJ McGrath and Damien Morrissey close the gap in the Evo 6, moving close to the overall top 15, 3rd in Group N. Kevin and Martin Kelleher settling in well to their new Evo 8, taking delivery of the car the night before the event. They're certainly betting it in, 4th in Group N through these early stages, and seated at number 36, they're catching cars hand over fist on their way up the leaderboard.
Okay, 150. Turn very tight here, been left over, bad bump.
Flying high in the opening stage, George Thaw makes a good start, just shy of the top 10, but losing time in stage 2, he slips back to 18th. Just ahead of the Evo 8 in stage 1, Gabriel Martin and Mark Kane come under pressure from Kevin in stage 2, slipping back to 5th in Group N. Leonard Downey and Mark Murphy aren't hanging about in the opening stage, and neither's the rear of the car, second in Class 13. Craig Isaac goes that bit further in the first stage, with the rear of his Mark II overtaking the front, costing them time in their assault in the two-wheel drive battle. Grip is an issue in the opening stages. William McCarthy and Humphrey Deegan fight on regardless, but coming into this section under the trees, they will slide wide on this right-hander. The Mark II will have a disagreement with the scenery, forced to retire down the stage with damaged steering, but they will rejoin in the Sunday event. Taking advantage of that retirement, Owen and Conor Callan are on the move through these opening stages. Pushing hard, their Mark II battles to move up the ranks in Class 9. And coming through the second test, the Ford will overstep the mark on this section. A bit too hard round the right-hander, they almost escape, but colliding with a tree brings their event to an abrupt halt. Settling in on the opening stages, Martin Mulcahy and John Nugent make a steady start and begin to make their way up the rally leaderboard through the second stage, their consistent drive beginning to pay off.
Five left, and the two left.
Two down, Dennis Cronin moves in front. Liam McCarthy slips back to second, with Donal O'Donovan now rounding off the top three. The second loop out of service sees a repeat of the first. The stages remain dry and the spectators out in force. Liam McCarthy wants that lead back and goes for it in stage 3. Fastest by 8 seconds, the S9 goes back in front, but suffering once again in the tighter stage in the loop, will concede that top spot.
Alright, the long open 5 left at the wall. And go, slight left, go slight left. 80, 1 left at the gate.
A 5-second lead turns to 2-second deficit in stage 3. Dennis replies in the 4th stage once again, taking the rally lead from the number 3 car, now 3 seconds in front. With the seesaw nature of the rally lead in front of them, Donal O'Donovan and John O'Rahilly aren't budging, holding strong to 3rd place. Ashley Field and Janice Hooley are on a charge. 4th in the 3rd stage, they go off the road in stage 4. I'll see that 4th place slip away, falling back to 5th, caught here by John Hickey. Making way for the Darien in the first stage out of service, Steve Fleck will soon regain that place in the top 4, moving past Ashley to edge 7 seconds in front. The second stage of the loop appears to be the most eventful, as John Dalton finds. Moving up into 6th place in stage 3, the Darien suffers on the 4th test, now 7th. The Subaru is nervous over the bumps and tinkering with the handling and suspension won't solve the problem for Bob Fowden. The Impreza slips another place to 8th in the second loop, with the team determined to locate that problem.
Into slight left and a slight left 30, slight left 40.
Fighting back up the leaderboard, Tony Davies puts on a charge in the second loop. New tyre sees the Impreza fastest overall in stage 4, moving up to 6th. Nigel Hicklin and Sam McMullen also lose their intercom in stage 3 and lose a further 40 seconds going into the scenery here in stage 4, now 11th. The Skoda noses on at this hairpin, costing them a top 10 place. In the two-wheel drive battle, Phil Collins is fighting on, but having trouble keeping the rear of the car in line with the front keeps them 3rd in two-wheel drive and 10th overall. JJ Fleming is on the way back up after they're off in stage 2. A lot happier with the car in the second loop. It shows as they move up into 9th spot, closing fast on Bob Fowden. James O'Sullivan continues to lead Group N in the second loop, but the Mitsubishi is overheating and beginning to threaten his 12th place. Changing the brake pads at service, Gwendaff Evans is a happier man in the second loop, but lost time in stage 4 sees the Mark II lose that advantage, slipping to 14th overall. Moving past the Ford on the leaderboard, Willie Power closes on Phil Collins' 3rd place in the two-wheel drive battle, now in 13th overall. Fighting to catch James O'Sullivan for the Group N lead, Mark Morgan and Tony Fisher are building in confidence, maintaining 2nd in Group N.